Scarlett's doll. Where did...
Daddy?
The Silent Hill series has long been a fan favourite for its disturbing monster design, but did you know that there's some psychology behind each horrifying nightmare incarnate you encounter? The monsters in Silent Hill all have reasons for looking the way they do. Typically manifestations of characters' fears, faults, or memories, the beasts are carefully designed so that when you kill them in-game, the protagonist is metaphorically facing up to their insecurities. I'm Zoe from GamesRadar, and these are the stories behind the 5 most twisted monsters in Silent Hill. Oh, and a warning, spoilers and gore. Scarlett from Silent Hill Homecoming. As the twisted reincarnation of a young girl named Scarlett Fitch who was murdered by her father, Scarlett is a giant doll with porcelain skin, long limbs, and a mouthful of teeth. In life, Scarlett was fond of dolls, tons of which can be found in her room and in the path leading up to the monster's lair, hence the creature's general doll-like appearance. Her father also describes her as having hands which were as pure as porcelain, a sick comparison to make considering she was sacrificed via dismemberment. That's why her elongated limbs are severed at each joint, meaning that at one point she moves like a spider, revealing the flesh beneath her porcelain armour. Ugh. See, it's thoroughly disturbing. And it's also why she rises from a pool of her father's blood at the beginning of the boss fight. Oddly enough, before the boss fight, Scarlett cradles her father in her arms in an almost tender way, before biting his head off, which is very much deserved. Tubak from Silent Hill Origins. Tubak is one of the many monsters with dark sexual undertones. Its name is a reference to a famous quote from Shakespeare's Othello, where Iago talks about making the beast with 2 backs, a veiled reference to sex. The monster probably symbolises protagonist Travis's failure to have meaningful relationships and his possible sexual deprivation, as he spends long, lonely hours on the road as a trucker. The twisted monster's sexual connotations are seemingly confirmed by the bad ending, as notes found around the world and photos of dead women, all of whom are found in motels, hint that Travis might have been a serial killer, targeting women in the seedy Riverside motel. Lovely.
Excuse me, sir. Hotel's closed for the season. Wait!
Asphyxia from Silent Hill Homecoming. Alice in Wonderland might not sound like a likely place to find a monster, but Silent Hill has no trouble finding the dark side of the charming childhood tale. In life, she was Nora Holloway, a child who had a love for the caterpillar in Alice in Wonderland, and was sacrificed by being suffocated by her mother. So, in the twisted world of Silent Hill, she becomes a caterpillar-like monster with multiple flailing arms and a tail made of torsos. She also doesn't have any feet, and instead walks on one of her many pairs of hands as a nod towards choking as her means of death. At the end of the boss fight, you pull apart the hands covering her mouth, forcing Asphyxia to breathe, and it's that breath which finally kills her in an inverted suffocation. Lying Figure from Silent Hill 2. An absolute classic, up there with Pyramid Head and the Nurses, the Lying Figure is the first monster encountered in Silent Hill 2, interpreted by many as being a manifestation of James's wife Mary, whose terminal illness, physical deterioration, and abusive mood swings messed him up in the head. Original designs of the monster show that its restrained arms are clutched around its groin as a reference to James's sexual deprivation. In the novelisation of Silent Hill 2, the monster is mentioned as being spawned from James's feelings of confinement, and the mist which the monster spews probably reflects the spiteful words James endured from Mary during her illness. If there was ever something which might give you a few reservations about marriage, the Lying Figure would be it. Siam from Silent Hill Homecoming. Definitely one of the most memorable monsters on this list, and another one from Silent Hill Homecoming, Siam is a sick parody of marriage. Siam is derived from Siamese, a term often used to denote conjoined twins, which isn't surprising, considering the beast is made up of 2 beings. The larger masculine one moves around hunched over like a gorilla on its large, stocky arms, and has a smaller, feminine body tied to its back, which flails around and emits faint noises. There are serious BDSM vibes thanks to the signs of bondage all over its body, the female's tied hands and tortuously high heels, as well as the monster's aggressive violence. There are multiple theories around what the monster could symbolise, but the one I think is most convincing is that it represents the protagonist from the second Silent Hill game, James, and his wife Mary. The BDSM appearance of Siam hints towards James's repressed sexual desires whilst he was looking after Mary, and the female half of Siam is tied on its back, making it literally a heavy burden, mimicking James's feelings that Mary was a weight on his shoulders. Killing Siam gets you the Shades of James achievement on Xbox 360, making it even more likely that the monster is a reminder of the first Silent Hill. So those are the stories behind 5 of the most twisted monsters in Silent Hill. If you have any other theories about these hideous beasts, then let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming news, reviews, previews and features right here on GamesRadar Plus.